Can I assume then that when you joined the band, you've already always considered yourself a guitar player? Then I assume. So was that difficult to jump on different instruments?
Of course it was, but I mean, I got to play some guitars on the records. I got to write, and I always do that with the guitar, obviously. We didn't do that many shows, so having to do the drumming was like okay, you know, it's a fair trade-off here. I can do that.
So at this point, and now, how do you consider your drumming skills now?
Now,
yeah,
non-existent.
Okay. So
no, I haven't played drums for years, and I love doing it. It's really fun, but for about half an hour. You know, it's a lot of work. I have the utmost respect for drummers because it is not only you have to be precise and skilled and that, but you also have to have a stamina. I mean, you have to be able to. It's like a workout and for us now playing like between an hour and 2 hours, it's a long fucking workout. So I'm happy I'm not doing it. And there's so many really, really good drummers out there. So I leave that to them.
Okay. And you mentioned the shift at a certain moment where it went from the focus being on albums to playing live. Was this by design, by the band itself, or was it also the kind of the music industry because things sort of shifted towards towards playing live? Yeah.
No, I think that in a way, being on the first label like Wrong Again Records, it was Swedish and it was small, and to my knowledge, or to the feeling I have, is that it wasn't really that demanding in the sense of us having to promote the music in any other way than just recording it, basically. Do a few phoners and that's it. But I think that signing with, well, Nuclear Blast licensed Jester Race. That's when I came in. Well, we recorded Jester Race, and then they licensed it, and all of a sudden there was a market outside of Sweden that demanded attention, and we sort of we like playing live. You know? And then it sort of starts there, and then it takes more time because then you have to, you know, travel a bit and play the songs live, and then we started, you know, understanding that this is probably going to be a big part of what we do, but touring is not for everyone. So after we did Horacle, Johan actually told us before that he was playing bass at the time, he told us, like, guys, I can't tour. Touring is not my cup of tea. So, okay, we knew that. Then we'll have to figure something out after we record Horacle. And then during the recording, Glenn says, I don't like touring either. So, sorry guys, I quit. So we lost both a guitar player and a bass player. And luckily we found Peter, our bass player, actually introduced by Anders, and we that worked really well. So I played with him as the drummer for some shows. Niklas came in as well early to fill in on the guitars, and sort of we did this festival summer. And at the time it didn't really work out with Niklas, and I was kind of, sounds weird, but I was happy because all of a sudden the guitar player role opened up. So out of that perspective, I was kind of happy. So I got to play the guitar. We got a proper real drummer in, Daniel. I remember him auditioning. It was funny. I was busy already trying to play the guitar riffs that I've, might have written or recorded on guitar, but I actually never really rehearsed it. So we were playing, I think, Food for the Gods and Jotun, something like that. And it was his first try with these songs. And he played those two songs on his first try better than I ever did, live or in the studio. He was just a very good drummer. So that was such a relief for me, so I got to play the guitar. Anyway, so we went through these lineup changes, and that's when we really, all these people in the band at this point wanted to tour. We enjoyed maybe not so much being away, but the possibility to perform live, and that exchange you have directly with an audience. So I think we didn't think about like a market or an industry changing. We just understood that this is what we want to do in a way, and from there on, the world opened up, and we could tour Asia. Well, in a way, we could go to the US for the first couple of times, and that's all. That's not only a different country. It's huge. So you can spend a lot of time there. So, and all of a sudden we toured more and more, and we learned from that experience. We got to tour with awesome bands like Slayer, for instance. Super important tours for us.
In what way? In terms of developing as
understanding.
musicians?
It was a learning experience.
Okay.
It's one of the most hardworking bands you can find, and super serious with their music and their live performance, and also really, really good at what they do. And for us, it was very important to see that dedication, that attitude towards the live show.
Right.
And the day could probably be shit. It could be really like the worst day they had in months. They didn't bring any of that up on stage. They were there to entertain, or at least to take people away on a nice, brutal, thrashy ride, and I've always admired Slayer, always been one of my favorite bands, but touring with them really solidified that. It's the band.
And very quickly, because you mentioned Daniel, well, he left the band before this album, Battles. Were you surprised? Or was it something that was
we sort of felt it was on its way, in a way. I think of it sort of like scales, right? You have the benefits of doing exactly what you love to do, very much in control of your time and in control of your not in control of your career, but at least you're doing exactly what you want to do. But on the other side, you have time away from friends and family, and not, a healthy lifestyle, to say the least. And it's like that scale for me it's very easy for me, but that scale changes over time. And for Daniel, I think he tipped over in. Sort of slowly, but eventually it was inevitable that he, in his own words, this is a time with his family he won't get back. You can't recreate that 20 years from now when we feel we're done. It's, so we sort of felt that for a while, and it was a bummer, if you want to use that word, but of course it's a blow, because this is a guy that we all pictured would be part of this until we're done. And also he's been here for 17 years.
Right.
And it sucked ass, of course, when he said, guys, I'm not gonna do this. Yeah, so that sucked.